In this video, we are going to talk about 10 oldest living persons in the world. So before starting this video, please like this video, and subscribe to our channel for the future updates. Number 10. Thelma Sutcliffe, October 1st, 1906. Present. Thelma Sutcliffe is currently the oldest American still living after Hester Ford. Sutcliffe, who is 114 years old, is the oldest person ever discovered in Nebraska. She just celebrated her birthday at her nursing home, but no outside visitors were allowed because of the continuing COVID-19 outbreak. Sutcliffe married at the age of 17, and she never worked outside the home despite the fact that she and her husband never had children. Before shifting to an assisted living facility in 2017, Sutcliffe supposedly exercised every morning, did her own laundry, and played bridge several times a week. Sutcliffe enjoys playing bridge with the other residents and maintains a sharp mind. Number 9. Tekla Juniewicz, June 10, 1906. Present. The oldest person in Polish history is Tekla Juniewicz, who will turn 115 this summer. She is already 114 years old. Juniewicz was born in an area of the Austria-Hungarian Empire in what is now Ukraine. Since the end of World War II, Juniewicz has lived in Gliwice, Poland. She apparently learned excellent housewife skills at the Zaricki Sisters School in Przeworsk, Poland. She picked up sewing, embroidery, and cooking. While residing in Przeworsk, Juniewicz did run into her future spouse, who was 22 years her senior. Number 8. Nome de Silveira Freitas, September 7, 1905. Present. The Gerontology Research Group has yet to establish the age of Nome de Silveira Freitas, another purported supercentenarian. According to reports, Freitas was born in 1905, making her 115 years old in 2019. If Freitas' claims are true, she is one of the oldest living people in South America. Freitas has some thyroid issues and limited mobility, but overall she is in good health. Freitas has called Elizabeth, who takes care of her, a saint for not deserting her like the rest of their family. Number 7. Hester Ford, August 15, 1905. Present. Hester Ford, the nation's oldest living person, will be 116 this summer. Ford worked a number of jobs while growing up on a farm in South Carolina. Ford moved to North Carolina in 1953 and worked as a nanny there for more than 20 years. Ford and her husband, John Ford, had 12 children together, with a total of 68 grandchildren, 120 great-grandchildren, and 126 great-great-grandchildren. Number 6. Antonia de Santa Cruz, June 13, 1905. Present. Antonia de Santa Cruz received confirmation of her age on February 4, 2021. The second oldest person still alive in both Brazil and all of Latin America, Santa Cruz is 115 years old. Santa Cruz was given the name Antonia when she was born on the day of St. Anthony's feast. Santa Cruz, who also adopted one of her nephews, raised 11 kids. As of 2017, Santa Cruz had 68 grandchildren, 110 great-great-grandchildren, and 35 great-great-grandchildren. Santa Cruz, who is currently being cared for by one of her children, is thought to not take any medications but does need a lot of help getting around because of her senior age. Number 5. Jean Bott, January 14, 1905. Present. Jean Bott, who turned 116 earlier this year, is the second oldest living French person behind Lucille Randon. Bott was born on January 14, 1905, in the Mont Louis military barracks, where her father, Louis, was a non-commissioned officer. Bott spent 50 years working as a bookkeeper in a car shop but never wed or had kids. She continues to live independently in her apartment while getting help from housekeepers. Also frequently visiting Bott is her 71-year-old nephew. Number 4. Francisca Celsa dos Santos, October 21, 1904. Present. When Francisca Celsa dos Santos' age was determined in the summer of 2020, her name was added to the list. At 116 years old, Celsa dos Santos is the oldest living person in Latin America. Celsa dos Santos is the oldest individual whose age has been independently confirmed by the Gerontology Research Group, even though she comes in at number 4 on our list. Born and raised in Brazil, Celsa dos Santos worked as a housekeeper and a clothes salesman. She wed Raimundo Celso in 1935, and the two eventually had 6 children together. After getting married and remaining with her spouse till his dying in 1979, Celsa dos Santos never got remarried. Since then, her living children and grandkids have taken care of Celsa dos Santos. Number 3. Maria Kananovich, May 27, 1904. Present. Maria Kananovich, one of the few supercentenarians in the world, has not yet had her age verified by the Gerontology Research Group. However, Kananovich ought to be included because, according to news reports, her passport states that she was born on May 27, 1904. Kananovich is the oldest person still alive in Belarus and Eastern Europe. Despite her advanced age, Kananovich is said to be active and capable of carrying out basic home tasks. A social worker sees Kananovich twice every week, and journalists frequently drop by to write about her story. Number 2. Lucille Randon, February 11, 1904. Present. Lucille Randon is the oldest person still alive in France and the second oldest verified living person in the world. Randon just celebrated her 117th birthday, and according to a 2017 French news report, she is still a nun in active ministry. At the time of the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak in 2020, which happened at her retirement community in early 2021, Randon was the oldest person to have survived the virus. Despite being blind and in a wheelchair, Randon still has an excellent memory. Randon, who experienced both world wars, is aware of how challenging those times were. Number 1. Kane Tanaka, January 2, 1903. Present. Kane Tanaka, who is currently the oldest living person in the world and one of many Japanese supercentenarians, turned 118 at the start of the year. She was born in 1903 and currently stays in a nursing home in the Fukuoka prefecture. Tanaka replaced Chio Miyako as the oldest person living after her death on July 22, 2018. In 2016, Tanaka celebrated her 113th birthday, and Gary Okada Funakoshi and his wife Linda visited Japan to mark the occasion. Funakoshi claimed that his aunt loves to compose poetry and still recalls her visits to the Funakoshi's Californian family in the 1970s in Colorado and California. She credited her long life, he said, to her faith in God. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.